I used to build luxury coaches, like high-end RVs. I blew my back out, fell off the top of a coach onto the ground. In 2004, I did experimental surgery, worst mistake of my life. Was on pain management, so I started taking the opiates. For the first 11 years, I took them exactly the way I was supposed to. But for some reason, I took an extra than once. And I was like, wow, that really made me feel even better mentally. So that's how it started. Then you take 1 or 2, 3, then your tolerance builds. And then your whole world is nothing about getting that next pill, because you don't want to go through withdrawal. And I had quite a bit of money in the bank, and I was spending thousands and thousands of dollars a month. In the middle of the night, you find a place to sleep. All of a sudden, you got guards or police coming up on you all the time, harassing you. Quit the drugs. I did that cold turkey before I got on the streets. Broke my pelvis like in beginning of 2017. Then I found I had bladder cancer. While I was on the street, had a heart attack, then another heart attack. You know, honestly, I was kind of thinking suicide kind of stuff. I just want to be done with it kind of deal. Then luckily, Joel Miller with the Hope team found me on the street and got me an appointment with the doctor. That day, my blood pressure was really high. He said, well, you're not going to be on the street no more. You know, that was a lifesaver.
So with Keith, bringing him into housing was just trying to find something that he felt could be comfortable enough, that way he could get his family back. That's all he kept saying is, I want to have a relationship with my daughters.
I'd be sleeping out beside somewhere when I was on the street, and people would steal your shoes. They'd take your shoes off at night, put them by your head, and somebody would steal them.
He wanted to kind of get away from this area in Orlando, things that would kind of be triggers for him. He wanted to get in Kissimmee. So we started doing the footwork, started getting out, looking at ads, looking at apartments.com, going to visit until we found something that was conducive, affordable, and great for him. I'm not worrying where I'm gonna lay my head at night. And just having a place of your own, you know, you get a shower every day, and this is a place you know I can lay down, I'll be safe tonight. I ain't gotta keep one eye open all the time.
So I was in the emergency room, and they informed to me that I get the COVID. And it's really bad. Sometimes you're scary because you don't want to go to the hospital, you don't want to stay there. You feel like, oh, I don't know if I can survive, you know? My supervisor from my work said, well, you need to stay home, and unfortunately, 1 week or 2 weeks until getting better to protect others as well.
The way that I met Luz, by her being out with COVID and not getting paid for it because she's in a temp agency, and I didn't want her to lose her apartment.
They sent me a letter, the 3-day notice, and I mentioned to them, I don't have enough money to complete the rent.
I said, no, we have to keep you in there. She's all alone. We did all the paperwork. She qualified for the assistance, and gratefully, she's still there.
They saved me to stay, basically, or live in my car.
My daughter and my son, they say, Mom, you really enjoy what you do, and I says, yes. It's a good feeling just to have that special bond for a person that you never knew. Like, you just knew them at that moment, and they stay connected.
I'm 74 years old, from Clearwater, and I got robbed, and so I just took a bus and came up here. You never know if you're gonna get robbed or hit over the head. You're sleeping on the ground. Sometimes I didn't have a blanket because they stole my stuff. There's bugs, there's ants, there's mosquitoes flying in your nose. When you're homeless, they don't let you go in the bathroom. They tell you that you can't use the bathroom. It's terrible out there. And you gotta walk away from things, or else you go to jail if you lose your temper like I have.
She was very frustrated because she was living in the streets while it was raining, and she was having back problems, so we diligently worked together.
I think the big man up there brought me here so I could meet Mr. Haggio, really. He's the only man right now that I trust.
It took several months, and I connected her with housing, and wow, it is amazing. She has been in that same apartment for over a year. It's a miracle to me.
He's given me food, and he's got me a place to live. If it hadn't been for him, I would still probably be out there.
The trauma that all of our clients experience every day is almost unbearable to listen to, but even more so, it's unbearable for them to even relive and talk about. We're really grateful for those people who are willing to share, and we're grateful for those people who are willing to listen and be part of that experience of lifting others up. And we want to encourage you to be a part of that experience with us.